What's up, family? Bet online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, events with first to market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league from the MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Bet Online continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts, who's a proud sponsor of the Bossman Show on your radio. Folks, back on the Bossman Show, the new head coach at Weber State out of the Big Sky Conference. Coach Eric Duff will be on the Bossman Show out there in Ogden. How you doing, Coach? How's life out there, man?
Hey, we're great out here. You know, we got great weather today. We got our guys starting to come back for summer school and workouts, so things are going well.
Coach Duff, I want to talk to you about you getting this gig, man. You know, you show a lot of loyalty. You know, in this business, you and I both know guys move around all the time. Stayed in one place 16 years with Coach Ray, man. You never decided to up and leave for a bigger opportunity, man, and it paid off for you, man. So talk about that, man, how important it was for your family in Ogden, be with Coach Ray, learn under him, and now once he leaves, now he leaves it in your hands.
Yeah, you know, I think when Coach Ray hired me, him and I's values really connected. And I just had a chance to learn from, you know, one of the best in the business. And he's been loyal to Weber State. And you know, at the end of the day, Ogden was a great community to raise a family. We have 4 children. Well, we had 2 when we moved here. We had 2 more when we got here. And so, you know, we've really connected with the community and have a place here, and people are friendly and have really welcomed us. And so that was part of it. And the other part of it was, you know, I wanted to help Coach Ray the whole time he was here and do what's best for Weber State. But I also knew this was my best opportunity to be a head coach. And when I had that opportunity, I wanted to be at a great program. That's what Weber State is. And so, you know, ultimately, I wanted to be the head coach at Weber State when Coach Ray decided to hang it up.
I hear that, man. Let me ask you this, Coach Duff. What's your why, man? I know my father's a coach. He'll be 82 years old this year, man. He still has guys texting him all the time and calling him. So what was your why to want to get into coaching, man?
Well, you know, I think, you know, I think it's bigger than just basketball for me. You know, my Christian faith is really important to me. I have 2 children that play college basketball. I know how I want them to be treated. I know what I want for them out of their college experience. I want them to develop as basketball players. Obviously, I want them to win at a high level. But I also want them to grow as people. And, you know, ultimately, I think that you get into this thing because you want to be around young people. You want to help develop young people. Our goal here, I say it all the time, is that we want to develop young men so that when they leave here, they can be great husbands, great fathers, great community leaders, you know, guys that are really doing good things in whatever community they choose to live in. And ultimately, that's what our goal here is at Weber State, and to win championships and along the way, obviously, because we have a great program and a great tradition here.
And Coach Duff, I really feel like this, man, about sports. You know, for me, sports showed me diversity. I'll be honest with you, I didn't be a Mexican kid or a white kid. I was 6 years old, man. But baseball showed me another world I didn't know about. And I feel like sports is the great connector. Like, I learned different languages, from Portuguese to Spanish to French, from playing travel baseball as a 6-year-old. It exposed me to different cultures. I feel like that's where we've missed sometime our society, but sports can be an equalizing factor to bring us all together from different backgrounds. But when we put on our jerseys we have a common cause to win for the name on front of our jersey.
Sure. And, one of our core principles here is to be unified. Now, that doesn't mean that we all have to have we don't have to have unity of thought. We've got guys from all over the world in our program. We've got guys from Europe, and we've had guys from Canada, and we've had, obviously guys from the United States. And we've got a guy that's coming in that was born in the Congo. So we have guys from all over. We have guys that, obviously are going to have different beliefs and different things. And that's great. We're not trying to create unity of thought here, but when we put those jerseys on, when we connect with one another, we want to be unified. We want to respect one another. We want to play for one another. We want to be great teammates. And we put those other things aside. Our society needs that anyway. We need to be more unified society. We can disagree on things, and yet treat each other with respect and compassion and whatnot. And so, yeah, I think you're exactly right. I mean, sports is the great connector, and those locker rooms are the best part of being in sports, as I mean, that's when you really grow in your relationships, and you have to go through those hard battles with guys, and that's where you grow and connect. And I know some of my best friends are still my college and high school teammates, and I'm sure you're the same way. There's just a different connection with those teammates that you have, and you've gone through those trials and tribulations through sports, and that's when you can grow and learn.
It's funny being at Tennessee State when I was Coach Duft that I had Mr. Covington, who played with Dame Lillard. He was there my senior year. Will Jones, the coach at A&T, was a GA. Sal Alexander was there. Darian Tillis was there. Jamal Brown, assistant at Norfolk State, was there. And Charles Huff, the coach at Marshall, the football coach on football staff when I was out at Tennessee State from 05 to 09. So just right there, those guys stuff I still talk to this day because of our bond with sports, So like you said, I knew the NFL was not in my future, but having a radio show, it kept me close to sports. I can also use my show as a platform to serve others, to give people a platform, but they usually wouldn't have one.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. I think at the end of the day, our legacy as people are going to be how we serve others. And so I think that's great what you're doing. And we try to encourage that with our guys as well. We're in a society and we're right now, college basketball, it's, we're a lot of the focus is in what we're getting. And we want to do that. We want to help our players get all that they can get and what they deserve, but also we want to teach them to give. And, we're doing our basketball camps right now. And I always tell them, basketball camp was huge for me because that's how I got my start in coaching. Roy Williams gave me a position at the Kansas basketball camp, and that's how I started meeting people. And then I always remember those times when I was a young kid and going to camps and those coaches that would work hard for you. And I always tell our guys that that's one opportunity we have to give back to the youth, especially in our community. And so we want to do both. We want to help our guys as much as we can to get what they deserve, but also we want to teach them to give back, because that's that's when life gets special, is when you're giving back to people.
Yeah, I remember those camps as a kid going to Bobby Creamon's camp.
Yeah,
I was a kid, man. I remember those camps at Georgia Tech, man. It was awesome as a kid, man, just to play around all those guys from Georgia Tech, Dennis Scott, Kenny Anderson, those guys, Dwayne Farrell. So who now, when me working around in the NBA, they're like my colleagues now. Like I'm around Dominique Wilkins when I go to the Hawks game. I can go talk to him. Like as a kid, I was cheering for this guy.
Yeah,
I can go talk to the guy.
Absolutely.
So like I said, basketball's giving me a lifeline. I'm blessed to do what I do, Coach. I love it. I hope other people hear us and are talking today about how passionate we are about what we do, but also knowing that, hey, we was blessed to give the opportunity that we have to give to others and show others how, yes, sports can do a lot of great things for your life and change it in many ways.
It sure can, and I think that's you're right on target there. And that's what we want to give our guys. We want to give them that opportunity to give back to, because that's a true blessing. And that's a lot of times, you get more out of it as the giver, because you feel good about yourself. You feel good about what you're doing, and maybe it makes you a little more accountable in life too.
And Coach Duff, I'm going to ask you, man, the Big Sky is a heck of a league, A lot of great coaches out there, man. My buddy Dan Sprinkler up there at Montana State, man, does a great job. Trevor DeCure does a good job as well. Talk about just the depth of the league has gotten better over the years, man, and just the talent in you guys' league.
Yeah, I've been here, this will be our 17th year, and our first year, we won with a team that we had some really good players, but we had, we kind of had a stretch there where we had better players than a lot of the teams in our league. And now with the transfer portal and COVID, there's not a lot of separation out there talent wise. Teams all teams have good players. Teams have, even the teams that finish towards the bottom have high major transfers into our league, and the league's full of really good coaches. It's a league that's turned out, many good coaches, obviously, over the years, but it's full of good coaches right now. It's a battle every night, and there are no nights off.
And I feel like for you, the portal could be good for you all if it's the right fit, because you all a national brand. I remember as a kid watching the tournament, hearing about Weber State when I was a kid, and then the tournament game. So I feel like it's a national brand because I knew about you guys as a kid. So I feel like a guy here's Weber State. Oh, they was in the tournament. And if it fits good for you all, it might be a good guy you all can bring in. Put that portal out there now.
Yeah, and we've had success over the last few years. We kind of fought it a little bit. We had that success where we had a lot of good high school players that were recruiting. Obviously Damian Lillard, and then we had Jeremy Singland and Joel Bollenboy, and those guys got their chances in the NBA and are high level pros overseas now. And so we had this run of really good high school players. And Coach Ray wanted to build through the high school system, but then it got to the point where everybody was in the transfer portal. And so we kind of changed course. And these last couple of years, we've had really good success with that. We've had back-to-back newcomers of the year in the Big Sky with Isaiah Brown and Kobe McEwen. And we've got, multiple transfers that we have on our roster coming in for next year. And we've also balanced it out with some freshmen. And so we're trying to have a balance there. But you're right, Weber State has a national brand, and we can get involved with some very good players here.
I hear that. And Coach, I'm asking you, man, I know one thing is tough for you guys is scheduling games. But you all have been so good over the years. How difficult is it to kind of get good games at home at least, or with you all success over the years, man?
It's almost impossible. You have to kind of get lucky. Last year we had some good games at home just because of the way with COVID and some other things that worked out with our schedule. We had BYU at home, we had Utah State at home, we had Fresno State at home, but that's very unusual for us right now going into next year. Currently, we only have one Division I home game before conference starts. And it's really difficult for us to schedule. Like you said, we went to the East Coast last year. We beat Duquesne in a guarantee game. And then we went to a tournament in Florida. We beat UMass and Ball State and Wisconsin Green Bay. So, you win some of those guarantee games, and it gets hard to find that next opponent.
And for you, Coach Duff, I'm asking you about player development. I know in the summertime, a lot of the times about individual skill development because we want guys to get better. How much do you more balance putting in team things in the summertime versus just focusing on the guys themselves?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I think we've done a really good job. We've kind of separated ourselves with our skill development. Obviously, having Damian, he's kind of the poster child for that. We had Phil Beckner was an assistant coach here when Damian was here. Now he's one of the better NBA workout guys in the association, and that kind of got the process started. And then we're probably different than a lot of teams. We actually probably practice less as a team than a lot of teams do, even during the season, because we schedule times for guys to get individual skill work. And I think it's really helped our guys develop. It's helped our teams win. We tell our guys, we've had very few guys go to Europe or go professional basketball and not make it. Actually, our guys that are playing in Europe, I think we figured up a while back, we've got between like $4 and $6 million playing in Europe over this last season. And that's just going to grow with Kobe McEwen and JJ Overton and Dante Bassett, and from last year's team, they're going over there. And so, we've had a lot of success turning out guys playing professionally. And I think a big part of it is because they learn to develop skills here. They learn how to work. They learn the value and the importance of individual workouts. And so that's been a big part of what we've done.
Now, Coach, man, I got to ask you, I'm a foodie, man. So what's your favorite food spot in Ogden, man, to eat at, man? They won't get you in trouble. But what's your favorite food spot out there, man?
I tell you, here's the thing. I've got 4 kids, and the oldest is going to be a senior in college. My youngest is going to be an 8th grader. So we never agree on anything, ever. So after church on Sundays, it's usually a big fight. But we're not real fancy. I mean, for us, to try to get something that everybody likes. We go to Mod Pizza a lot, but we have some local establishments here that we like. We have a historic 25th Street down here. Lucky Slice Pizza is always a popular spot here in Ogden. And so, yeah, we're probably a little different. We're always running to basketball games, soccer games, practices with our kids. And so we don't get to go out and eat very, very often and sit down in a nicer place. So we kind of have to take advantage of the times we do have.
I hear that, Coach. I'm the same way, man. Between the Atlanta Hawks, the Falcons, the radio show, college basketball, college football, I'm always getting some takeout Uber Eats somewhere, man.
I hear you. It's hard, man.
Hey, I'm saying thank God for the Georgia humidity and heat, so I can go out for a good walk and burn off the calories.
I hear you. Yeah, you get all that out there.
Yes, sir. Coach Duff, thank you for your time. It was really fun. You went to this again real soon, man. I'll be cheering for you guys this year. Anytime you want to come on the show and need any help and anybody in Atlanta, you might want to recruit a kid, let me know. I'm glad to help you, man.
Well, I appreciate you having me. When I was in junior college, I was out in Atlanta all the time. So I know Atlanta pretty well, and I appreciate you having me on.
Anytime, Coach. It was really fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
What's up, family? Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league from the MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Bet Online continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts, who's a proud sponsor of the Bossman Show on your radio.